Hey crypto fans, and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today guys, I'm going to do a very fun video for you guys, and I'm going to show you guys how to day trade crypto with just $100 as a complete absolute beginner. Okay, and as always guys, hey, if you enjoy the content that I create, then as always go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, because why not, and it helps me out. And also guys, hey, feel free to follow me on Twitter as well. If you have any questions or concerns about anything, you can feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. You can find the link to my account in the description below the video. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about day trading with just $100, okay? And the reason why we're doing this is simply because there's a lot of people out there who just, they're kind of, they don't have much to play around with, and they just don't really trust the market yet, or they don't know much about it, so they just want to test the waters and see what they can do with $100. And, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody starts somewhere, right? But I will say this, you absolutely can make some pretty decent profits with $100 in the long term. I mean, it takes it, it's not going to happen right away, but it does take steps. I mean, obviously, you can't go from $100 to $10,000 within like 2 or 3 trades. That's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. But I'm going to show you how you can effectively, day trade with $100 today by using the methods that I use with day trading when I do day trading. Now, I don't day trade on a daily basis. I simply don't have time for it. I have a YouTube channel that I have to, manage and that I have to make videos for. So I'm usually making videos on a daily basis. But I do have times where I do some day trading or some lightweight swing trading here and there. But it's not all the time. But anyway, this is how I usually do it. So the first thing you want to do, you guys, if you're brand new, and you haven't even signed up for an exchange yet, that's the first thing you're going to want to do. You're going to need to sign up at a cryptocurrency exchange. If you're in the United States, I can't speak for people outside of the United States because I'm American. So, but if you're in the United States, I mean, the best ones that are out there for you to use would be either Coinbase Pro. So Coinbase Pro is just your typical cryptocurrency exchange. You can choose all kinds of different, usually you're going to trade the USD pair if you're from the States. And usually, you're going to trade all of these different coins in here that Coinbase has to offer. Now, if you don't want to use Coinbase Pro, I mean, Coinbase Pro is what I personally use, and the only reason why I recommend it is because it's very simple and very easy to use. Signing up is very easy. It's overall very simple. I would not try to trade within the actual regular Coinbase app because the regular Coinbase app has very high fees. If you're planning to trade, like actively trade on a regular basis, you're going to want to do it with the Coinbase Pro exchange, okay? Now, the next one I want to show you would be Binance, okay? Binance USD or Binance US. Now, I don't use Binance US, but it is a solid option. It's a solid option behind Coinbase Pro. It's pretty much just like Coinbase Pro, but the only downside with Binance US is there's a lot of loopholes. I mean, me personally, I've tried to sign up so many times. There's so many loopholes that just when you run into issues, there's like nobody to talk to. It's just really tough and confusing and hard to set up just a general basic account. But I mean, it can happen. People do get lucky, I'm sure. I mean, I'm obviously not the only one that's had I'm probably one of the very few people who have had issues with it, but Binance is another option. There's a lot of coins that are offered through Binance, and you can definitely trade with Binance. So, but anyway, the method that I'm going to be showing you guys today, you can use it with all of these exchanges, you guys. So that's Binance US. Then we've got KuCoin, which is, it's a smaller exchange, but it's available. You can use KuCoin. And you can also use Gate.io. Again, Gate.io is very, very small. It's nowhere near as big as Coinbase Pro or Binance US, but it is decent to use. And then guys, we got Voyager. Okay, Voyager is more of a brokerage. It's not really a I guess you could say a crypto exchange. I mean, you can buy and sell, but I mean, I would not recommend, and they're actually coming out with a desktop version as well here soon. Me personally, I would not recommend it for, regular day trading. If you're going to be doing day trading consistently, I wouldn't recommend it. It's easier to use just like an actual regular exchange, just like Coinbase Pro or Binance, for instance. But I mean, what is nice about Voyager is you can earn rewards with different cryptos. So if you want to take a break from trading and you want to earn rewards on your crypto, then you can do that as well. So, but that's something I can talk about in a future video. So, all right, guys. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to figure out what exchange you want to use. I would personally recommend Coinbase Pro or Binance US. It's going to be the easiest if you're going to try to actively day trade on a regular basis. But all right. So after you choose your exchange that you want to use, now the thing here is you want to also download or get the TradingView app. Okay, TradingView is basically a place where you can basically, you can check the charts for every single coin that you want to trade. And me personally, you guys, I don't trade. The only coins that I trade, when I do trade, the only coins that I trade are the coins within the top 20. Okay, so I'm only trading, coins that are within the, number 1 spot all the way to 20. And the reason why I do this is simply because generally, guys, it's easiest to day trade coins that have very high daily volume. You have a better chance at making money with coins that have a higher daily volume. And the reason why is because, you want to be able to be in and out of a trade within 1 day. Okay, you don't want to be in a trade and then have to wait overnight or 2 nights to sell again. Okay, the point here is to make money with day trading, not swing trading. Okay, I'll do another video about swing trading later, but right now we're talking about day trading. So I would personally recommend only to be trading the coins that are within the top 20. Now, most of these coins are on Coinbase, so I mean, I'm fine trading with all of these. So, but anyway, you want to download TradingView, okay? So, and then you want to add all of your coins, and you just do that over here on the right-hand side. Usually, you just click the plus button, and you click the plus button, and you type in whatever one you want. Let's say I want Ethereum, okay? So you type in ETH, and then you want the ETH USD pair, obviously, because you're going to be trading USD. So you would type in USD. And then obviously a bunch of them come up, okay? But obviously since we're trading on Coinbase, we want to choose the Coinbase one. So we click Coinbase. I already clicked it, so it's already on mine. And your graph will show up, okay? So the next thing you want to do, you guys, is you want to set this up. This is what we're doing. We're setting this up so that you can start day trading, okay? Now, next thing you want to do is don't worry about these. You really don't need these 2 graphs. I use them for, my personal purposes, but, it's the Stoch RSI and then the MACD. But really all you're going to be using here, you guys, is the RSI, just the basic RSI, okay? And the way you find that is you're going to come up here in the very top of TradingView in the charts, and you're going to click on this little FX icon, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to click it, and you're going to type in the search box, you're just going to type in RSI. Okay, what's going to come up is relative strength index under built-ins, and you're literally just going to click it, and that's what's going to come up. Okay, you're going to click it, and then the RSI is going to show up down here, and then what you're going to do is come in here and click on the gear icon. Okay, click on the gear icon, and you want to make sure that your upper band is at 70 and your lower band is at 30, okay? You can pick whatever colors you want as well. Mine, I'm a big fan of pink. I don't know why, but it just stands out to me. So I like white and pink together. And so, you can pick whatever colors you want. But anyway, 70 on the upper band and 30 on the lower band. Those are very, very important numbers, so make sure they are at 70 and 30. And then here's what you're going to do, okay? Now, the first thing I want to talk about here, you guys, is you don't want to, we're trading with $100 here, okay? So you cannot have high expectations, okay? I know, everybody wants to make a lot of money. Everybody wants to get rich. I mean, we all do, right? I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We all want to get rich. But, we have to be realistic here, okay? You got to be patient. You have to be patient, and you really have to, formulate a plan and stick to it. And I'll talk about that in a little bit here, but the thing here is, you guys, is day trading, it really, really takes a lot of courage. It really does. There's going to be a lot of times where you're going to get impatient, but you have to stay strong and you have to stick to that goal. Okay. And so here's what I'm gonna kind of go with here. Okay. You need the plan you want to formulate should be based on a daily percentage target. Okay. Usually Usually it's not impossible to make, it's not impossible to make 2% a day. Okay, if you want to trade for let's say 3 days out of every 7 day week, and you want to make 2% a day, 2% is very, very doable. Okay, you could easily make 2% a day. That's on the low end. You want to make sure that you are, formulating a plan or formulating a strategic goal that is very easy to do. Okay, you don't want to shoot for the stars right away, because if you shoot for the stars, you guys, you're going to start getting impatient, and you're going to start, letting your emotions take over, and you're going to end up starting to lose money, and you don't want to do that. Okay, it's very important that you start with a goal, a very good solid goal. Okay, so what I would do and recommend is I would start with think about what percentage a day you want to make. I mean, it's easy to make, it's pretty simple to make 2% a day. I can't say that you can make 2% a day for 7 days a week, but you could make 2% a day for at least 3 days a week. And the other thing is you want to come out with, you need a monthly goal as well. So it's not just 2% a day, but let's say you're 2% a day, let's say, are you going to trade for 3 days? Are you going to trade for 5 days a week? How long are you going to trade per week? How much do you want to make per month? And that's the other thing too, is, do you want to make, 6% a week? Do you want to make 12% a week? You got to figure out what you want to do. I'd say baseline, just starting out with $100, you guys, I would start with a good 6% a week. Okay, that's a good solid small number to start with, as a generalized rule of thumb. Okay, 2% a day, for 3 days a week. That's going to be 6% a week, which is going to equal out to 24% per month. So you're going to gain 24% a month, which is very, very high for the cryptocurrency market. I mean, for any market really, to say you're getting 24% gains a month in the stock market, for instance, that's almost unheard of, unless you're like a bot or a pro trader or something like that. But with cryptocurrency market, you guys, it's very doable. So you need to formulate a plan, figure out what you want your percentage targets to look like, and that's where you want to start with. So as we were talking about earlier, you want to stick to the top 20 coins. Okay, so obviously we're going to be looking at Ethereum. Cardano, Solana, Avalanche, Basic Attention Token, not so much Basic Attention Token actually, Decentraland, Polygon, Polkadot. So here's what we're going to do, okay? The other thing, I've got a couple other things that I want to talk about here real quick, on my points list here, before we actually get into the actual example that I'm going to show you, because I'm going to show you an example on how you can actually do this, or how you actually do it, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about here real quick before we get started is don't get greedy, okay? You're going to want to get greedy, okay? Let's say a coin is pumping, okay? Let's say a coin is pumping and you're completely past your 2% profit limit for the day. Okay, let's say you're at your 2% and it's still kind of going up, but it's kind of slowing down. Okay, you don't want to let your emotions get to you. Okay, as long as you're in the green, it's okay to take profit, and you have to realize that. You have to have that as a mindset. Okay, that you need to sell out when you're in profit. Okay, because nobody ever loses money when they're in profit. It can go up higher, and it might go up higher, but you have to sell, okay? Otherwise, you are going to it's too big of a risk, and you could eventually end up losing it all. I mean, you don't know. It might not happen, but it could. And you don't want that to happen, you guys. So you need to make sure that you are sticking to your plan, which is, okay, well, I'm planning on making 2% a day, or today. I'm up 6% for the day, so I'm going to go ahead and sell. Okay, because it might not make it to that 10%. Let's say it goes up to 6%, and you're still in, and you're maybe hoping for it to go to 10% in that one day. It might not go that high. It could end up dropping really fast, and you just never know. So that's why you need to make sure that you are selling, okay? You need to make sure you're selling as long as you are in the profit zone, which is anything above 2%, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. Don't get greedy. Always stick to the plan, okay? All right, guys. So I showed you how to set up the RSI. I showed you how to pick different coins, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the example now, and I will show you that real quick, okay? So here's how you day trade with RSI. Now, I'm a huge fan of RSI. There are so many different ways to trade. Okay, there's so many different ways to day trade. There's going to be, you're going to get opinions from 1,000 different. You're going to get 1,000 different opinions from 1,000 different people on how to day trade. And my opinion is one of them. There is no wrong or right way. It's just whatever whatever works for you best. And for me personally, RSI usually works the best for me. I personally love it. It's foolproof. I make money every time doing it. So, I mean, it really is foolproof. So here's what you do, you guys. Usually when you're day trading like this, you want to use a chart that's, not like a 4-hour chart like what I've got it on right now. So to change the chart, you guys, we're going to change it from 4-hour to 1 hour, okay? Usually 1 hour is pretty decent to use. I personally like the 1 hour chart. It works great for day trading. So here's what you do, you guys. All right, let's say you got $100, okay? You got $100. You want to look at the RSI and you want to make sure that this line is below the 30 or below, at least below the 40 mark, okay? 40 and 60 are the two numbers we're going to be looking at today, okay? So obviously you want to make sure you want to buy in anytime that this line is below the 40 mark, okay? See how you can see it right on the right-hand side of my cursor there, the line right there? You can see it's right at 40, okay? Anything at 40 or below is good to buy, okay? It means the market is getting to be oversold, okay, and it's ready to start taking off, okay, and it might be a little bit before it does start to take off, and that's where you got to keep your emotions in check, because it might take a little bit, it might take a few hours, but it will get there. So if you buy when you're in 40 or under 40, I mean, think about it, you guys. You buy under 40 and you wait until it goes up above 60 and then sell, okay? I mean, it's literally as simple as that. You just have to, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do it. You just have to be able to look at lines and be like, oh, okay, well, it's down there, so I'm going to buy. I mean, it really is that easy. I've been doing this for a while now, and I have not majorly lost at all. So, I mean, as we can see here, you guys, almost every single time when it goes below the 40 mark, it goes up right away, or it goes up, decently. Obviously, we can see here, it went below the 40 mark, it went down pretty far, and it didn't quite make it to the 60 mark, which is right here, but within, let's see here, this happened, it went down on the 17th, and it didn't cross that 60 mark until the next day, which was the 18th, which is still within day trading limits. Like, you're still in and out within 24 hours there, you guys. So, I mean, it just goes to say it will eventually, when you're buying below the 40 mark, it will eventually go back up and you will end up making profit. So it's really simple, you guys. It's very simple to do. And, look at these kinds of profits, okay? So, for instance, let's say right here, okay? Right here, you were to buy right here on December 20th, and you were to buy right there at the bottom, okay? When it hit the bottom, you buy at, we're going to go to a different number instead of Ethereum because the numbers are a little bit higher there. All right, so let's say Cardano, okay? Cardano, even though it just went, was in a downtrend for the longest time and still kind of is, you can still make a lot of money in downtrends. I mean, you really can. I mean, look at this. It went down, okay? It went down on the line right there below the 40 mark, and it went down to, let's see here, you buy in at $1.20. Let's say you didn't make the very bottom. Let's say you bought a little bit higher. So you bought at $1.21, okay? You bought at $1.21, and then you sold literally when it went up. Literally within 5 or 6 hours, okay? Within 5 or 6 hours, it went back up, and that happens regularly. So you bought at $1.21, and you sold at $1.32, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to a percentage gain calculator, okay? So I usually use this calculator. It's just called convertalot.com, and it's a percentage gain calculator. And what you're going to do is you're going to type in 1.21, which is what you bought in at, and you're going to put in what you sold at, which was, what was the number? So let's say you didn't get quite the very top, but you sold at 132, okay? So, and then you sold at 1.32, okay? And you're going to calculate the gain. Guys, that's 9% that you made in one day, okay? I mean, literally, if your goal is to make 2% a day for 3 days a week at 6%, you just made your entire week's goal in just one day. So can you see, guys, how easy it is to use RSI to day trade? It is very simple. It's very foolproof. Now, if you're doing this with $100, since you are doing this with $100, let's say, you're at $100 and you just made 9%, okay? So 0.09, you just made $9 off of that trade. So now you're at $109, okay? Now let's say you are doing that every single day, okay? Or no, let's say you're doing that every single week, okay? Let's say you're, just for fun, let's say you're making 9% every single week, okay? So, you're at $109, and that's after, you know, the first week. Okay, after the first week, off of $100, you're at $109, and then we're going to go ahead and multiply that by another 9%. So now you're at 981. So we're going to add another, so 109 plus 9.81. So you're at $118.81, and we're going to multiply that by another 9%. And we are going to be at $10.60. So 118 plus another 10. So we're at 128. Now we're going to multiply that by 0.09. So 128 plus 11, 128 plus 11. And then you're at $139. Okay, so within 1 month, you guys, you could be at roughly $139. Now, a lot of you are probably looking at this and you're like, you know, that's really not that much money, you know, and that's the thing. That is the reason you're seeing it right here. The math doesn't lie, you guys. You know, this is making 9% every single week for an entire month straight, okay? You know, if you're doing that and, you know, starting with only $100, I mean, you're not going to make much. It really goes to show that, you know, the more you start out with, the more you're going to make on a daily basis. I mean, when you start out with $100, you can get there, but it's going to take it's really going to take a lot of, you really need to be mentally strong to do it, because you can definitely turn $100 into $1,000 within, you know, a matter of 6 months or a year. You definitely can, and then you can turn that $1,000 into $10,000 within the same time period. It definitely can happen, you guys. It literally takes time and patience, okay? You're not going to be, unfortunately, realistically, you're probably not going to be day trading with $100 and then making turning $100 into $1,000 within 1 month. It's realistically, if you're trying to do that with day trading, you're going to lose money. It's not going to happen. You need to set realistic goals and have a realistic long-term plan, and eventually, you guys, it will eventually happen. So, trust me, it will happen. That pretty much does it, though, you guys. I've got nothing else to really say other than what I really wanted to about this. If you guys have any questions or concerns about any of this type of stuff, hey, feel free to reach out to me on my Twitter account. I have no problem answering questions about this stuff. So again, feel free to reach out, you guys, if you have questions or concerns at Altcoin Radar YT. I know that some of you are probably going to have issues or questions about it, so feel free, go right ahead. But all right, guys, that pretty much does it for this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. But again, guys, before you guys leave, don't forget to follow me with the link. Follow me on Twitter with the link in the description down below. And also, guys, go ahead and take a minute to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a daily basis. And hey, guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my future videos or chatting with me here on Twitter.